You are watching the #1 podcast in the whole entire wrestling community, and I'm one of your hosts, Juanzo.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leck.
Together we are
RHODES.
And welcome to the review of AEW Dynamite, a show that is always is becoming a trend. That like every single week is good as like disappointing us. I don't know why, but there's booking that is absolutely terrible. We're not the only ones that say it, and if we are, at least we have the balls to say it. So, we're going to be, dissecting everything. We're going to be reflecting on every single thing that happened. More build-up for Double or Nothing. But some even matches, I'm like, do I even want to watch that?
Yeah, AEW, we always say, like, hey, at least come pay-per-view time. They always deliver. They always give us, really good stuff. Not as so much as, like, an NXT TakeOver. They always give really good pay-per-views. But AEW, we always sit with solid. But this one, the build-up, I mean, no, not really. Like, a lot of the matches, there's only maybe one or two that I could say, yeah, I really do want to see that. The rest, I mean, to me, it's just like, I always do the analogy, Tony Khan, he's playing the video game or he's playing with action figures. That's how he books the show. Like, he doesn't book for, like, real, legit matchups. It's like, what's his little fantasy matchups that he thinks are good in his head?
Yeah, so it's not really good, and we're going to be talking about everything, but thank you so very much for subscriptions, for the comments that you give us. Thank you for everything that you do for the channel. Don't forget to support us on also NXT review, like a colossal win for Bronson Reed. He's the North American champion. We think that it wasn't like a great decision either. I mean, we knew that was going to happen, but at least we think that LA Knight is going to be the next guy to be in contention for that title. So we're actually excited to see a good heel like going against Bronson Reed. We'll see how long the reign, lasts. So, pretty interesting show. Frankie Monet is about to debut next week. Great, package, video package from Finn Balor and Kross too. So a lot of good stuff in this show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. And, on the opposite thing, like we said, AEW has kind of just been disappointing. NXT has been slowly, doing a few more things right. So NXT slowly on the rise. AEW is, I would say, a little bit, faster on the decline.
Yes, and then also, Paul, that like a few guys were released today. Also, like Alexander Wolf, was released. So that's a shame. Like he got his ass kicked. So thank you, bye from Imperium, bye from the WWE. Jesse Manduk also. So and also the referee, he actually like got problems because like he's really opinionated. So one of them.
You talk of the one who did like the Trump. Not to get too much into it.
He also was fired today. Yes.
The only thing I'll say about him is he says that we should ban masks because pedophiles wear masks and they abduct our children. So that just shows you how much kind of screw loose is.
Exactly. If you're that opinionated, look for a job that you're not like right there in the public eye.
But the main thing was, I believe a week or two ago, he was doing a Zoom meeting for the school board while he was at the Performance Center in his NXT referee uniform, clearly. And then that just, whenever you wear WWE stuff, that's almost saying that this is the opinion of WWE. They don't want that, so goodbye.
Exactly, so goodbye. So a lot of guys also Vanessa Byrne was also released from a contract. Like they said that they called like they were going to release some talent in NXT. They finally ended up doing it. It sucks for Alexander Wolf. Kicked, get his ass kicked on Tuesday. Wednesday, bye-bye. See ya. Not even NXT UK. And, good luck in your future endeavors for every single one of them. Even the opinionated one. Hey, you know what? We don't mention names or anything like that. But we got to mention is, the show. AEW always opens with something hot. Most shows, 99% of them. So they give us Christian Cage against SYDAL. And we said last week this was going to be a great match. It was pretty good. These two guys can go. SYDAL is pretty good, a little younger than Christian and all of that. They gave us a pretty decent match. I think that in the end we knew Christian Cage was going to win. Why? Because he's the guy that he's been pushed better than SYDAL. SYDAL is just there to get a few wins on Dark, on Elevation, on Rampage. There's going to be a new show also. So, but on Dynamite, is he going to win often? No, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, and I enjoyed this match. It was probably one of the best matches, if not the best match on the entire show. So, you could have turned it off after this and you wouldn't have really missed too much. But, this was good. I like Matt Sydal. I like how just athletic he is and everything, like the meteor from the top and like the way he's smaller, but you wouldn't notice that he's a lot smaller because of how he wrestles and how, athletic and how great he is in the ring. And like we said, Christian, he's great. But of course, it couldn't just be these two guys wrestling and we just have the three-man commentary team and we have a winner and we go to the next segment. No, Taz has to be on commentary. And then he has to be said, oh yeah, Christian's wearing my colors on his tights. He still wants to join. He's being bullshit, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Great sequence at the end. Christian, he catches SYDAL. He hits the kill switch, 1, 2, 3. He wins, and you think, oh, okay, legit. But no, out comes Ricky.
Show respect,
yeah,
right?
yeah, you see show respect there because, they're both going to be in the Casino Battle Royal. I think it's going to come down to one of, they're going to be in the final, maybe 4, final 3, however it's going to work. I think Christian's ultimately going to win it, but I think SYDAL's going to be in one of the finalists in there as well. And, Ricky Starks comes out there. And not to go too off topic, but if we need to make a list of how many people actually got injured on AEW, because Orange Cassidy done, and Ricky Starks done, he broke his neck, Britt Baker was hurt for a while,
yes.
Anna Jay,
yes.
There's so many, list all the people that got injured, throughout AEW's short career. It's a very reckless company. You don't see that many people getting injured in WWE or, anywhere else where they're a lot more strict. But I didn't understand why Ricky Starks came out and he pretty much was cutting a promo like, oh yeah, I'm still badass, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. And it's like, yeah, but you have a broken neck. Clearly you're not going to wrestle. And if you do wrestle and Tony Khan and the doctors allow it, that is huge. Not huge in a good way. Huge as in what the guy becomes paralyzed and, not to make a joke, but becomes the next Christopher Reeves, and then what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also of course that also put the line for a jump, like you said, like a beat down, and then you see Taz's kid, you see also Brian Cage, you see Woods, all of them. So it's just to set up something for a double or nothing for the Casino Battle Royale. And like you said, I don't understand why Starks is there. He should be taking care of his neck instead of just being on the show. I mean, he's a name, but he's not the greatest name. You can always say, hey, he's at home resting, or hey, you guys injure him. Just come out with a storyline or something. But like you said, every single segment needs to end in something like this. It's not entertainment. It's not enjoyable. It's just the theme for AEW as long as they've been around. So I don't know if I like this anymore. It's the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's the same thing every week, and a lot more people are noticing it now. Because before, you think, oh, okay, and then once they start doing it every week for a year and a half, 2 years, you go, oh man, this is kind of bullshit. But I don't know why you can't do. Remember when Randy Orton, what was it, his arm or tricep or something? He had the sling and he was doing all that. Do that with Ricky Starks. Have him have a neck brace on and just be cutting promos. That's fine. But to come out and not even
the outside, exactly.
To come out and not even wear a neck brace and be like, no, I'm fine, I'm legit, when we all know he's not, is just stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I didn't like that. So no, match quality, yes, good, but of course, like you said, they can never keep it in that feel good moment. They have to give you the beat down. They have to give you what's gonna happen next. Sometimes it has worked. The first 3 months that AEW existed, but now it's already a year and a half already, almost 2 years. It's getting old. It's just getting old. We want something different, so please change the way how you end the segments, because it's just becoming a pretty bad taste. It's a pretty bad quality that they do. So let's go to bad to a little worse. Right there, the Acclaim actually today they made me laugh. They're a pretty good tag team, but they even said themselves, they said, why are John Moxley and Eddie Kingston coming to the tag team world? Aren't they singles guys? So I like that, and I like how the one guy, the rapper, was saying, oh yeah, making fun of Renee and John Moxley and the oral sessions and all of that. They wanted to be on the podcast. This, I don't know if you like this, but really, these two guys look like they need to be somewhere else, a mental house or anything like that, because completely out of it. Who are they? Oh yeah, one of them is a rapper, and what is the other one? Oh, the other one's I don't know. Oh, they attacked him. Yeah. Oh, are they good? No, I don't know. So I don't. Did you like this? Because I didn't.
No, and I mean, there's only one person who really does like it, and it's Tony Khan, and that's evident to how much John Moxley is pushed when clearly, he's taking the spots of so many other people. He lost to Omega. Give him 2-3 months off, even if he doesn't want it. Be like, dude, I need to push other people. You still have your contract. Go hang out with your wife. Be a legit husband and a legit, father for once in your life. Go do that. And, then I'm just going to, push other people.
Once you're ready,
him and Kingston. Yeah, but instead it's him and Kingston, and they're taking spots up for people who I don't like, which, it kind of sucks. But the match wasn't bad. I like the Acclaimed. as a team, they wrestle good. Of course, it's always interference. It's always, let me get the boombox, let me get the microphone, let me get, and they're told to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go do this. I mean, they probably aren't against it, but they're told to do it, so they do what they're told. But you put over Moxley and Kingston so strong that it just buries these other teams.
Exactly. And and they'll be a tag team before them.
Yeah, Moxley and Kingston aren't going to be a tag team for the rest of their AEW career.
Yes.
This is just a short thing to just lead to what we saw later on in the main event, a match between them and the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing, and they're probably going to beat the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. And what does that prove? That doesn't do anything.
And what disturbed me also, not that I'm cutting you, but you remember Excalibur goes oh, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston are one of the best tag teams in the world. What? So when you're just ready for, you've been a tag team for 3 weeks, you're already the best tag team in the world?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. It's just, it's like a Mark book show for marks. That's all.
Yeah, I don't really like that, it's maybe instead of that, you can say, oh, they're as good despite the fact that just being a tag team, for a few weeks here. And the World Kayfabe, you can say, yeah, they've been a tag team before, but at least for the AEW fans, hey, we've been a tag team for a hot minute. Why not they do that? The one thing I did like is the combined finisher. It was one of the paradigm shift, but with the assistance of Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, he had him in a wheelbarrow hold, and then Moxley. They called it a wheelbarrow paradigm shift.
Yeah, there you go. At least that's okay because they're a tag team, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the finisher was okay, but I mean, I have a problem because they said they're ranked number 4, Kingston and Moxley. The Acclaimed is ranked number 3, and then I almost called them the Hollywood Blondes. The Varsity Blondes are ranked number 1. So who is ranked number 2?
Yeah. Unless
the Young Bucks are actually ranked number 1, and because these ratings are they don't make any sense. Because somehow just after beating the Acclaimed, Moxley and Kingston,
they became number 1 contender.
Yeah, they jumped all the way from 4 to 1.
Who should be number 2? SCU maybe. Now, although they lost, but you know what I mean. I don't know. If you lose, you go all the way down. I don't know how the rankings work like that. They never been.
But I mean, SCU's done. That's the problem.
Yeah, somebody else should be the one, and like you said, there's too many shows for us to understand the main show. I always said everything should be explained in the main show. That way we can actually the other show shouldn't matter as much. But that's what we got. These guys like you said, we're gonna see them later on in the show. So now tell me a little bit about this because this was actually the worst thing for me. Sting and Darby Allin because you see right there, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, they were having a really good promo by Scorpio Sky. Ethan Page, just pretty loud, just saying, oh, how we're going to beat him, how I threw you through the stairs, how I injure you, and all of that. And Scorpio Sky saying, well, when I saw you when I was a kid, and then you were really cool and all of that, but now you're just an old man, and I'm not a kid anymore. But then Sting shows up, and like you said, it's summertime, and yet we got to see the snow.
I mean, also, I'm pretty sure Daly's place is an open arena. I don't think there's I don't think there's a ceiling. I'm pretty sure it's an outdoor arena, unless I'm wrong. But they turn the lights out. How do you turn the lights out when there's the moonlight and stuff?
Yes.
So I mean that's stupid. And you turn the lights out. Who is it going to be? Is Santa Claus going to be in the middle of the ring? No, it's Darby Allin. Why even turn the lights off? Who cares? So yeah, I did like Scorpio's promo, but then Ethan Page he's screaming, "Oh, Darby Allin, I'm going to put the final nail in your coffin. I'm going to beat you up." Why? Give me a reason why. Do you know this guy from the Indies? Do you guys have heat from there? Why? It's not like you want to be TNT champion because he's not the champion anymore. Why do you want to go after him? That's what makes a feud legit. That's why this feud isn't legit. And, like you said, the baby faces just beat him down. Sting put Scorpio in the deathlock.
He jumped out, though.
He tapped out immediately and stuff. And considering they're going to also lose at the pay-per-view, because we just mentioned it now.
We can mention it now.
Yeah, these two going against, the baby faces, Sting and Darby Allin at the pay-per-view. And how much does this bury? People want to say WWE destroys kayfabe. AEW is just as guilty. Shivani goes, oh, this won't be a cinematic match. This will be a real wrestling match.
Yeah. So there you go.
You're not supposed to sell. You weren't supposed to sell the first match as a cinematic match. It was a street fight.
Yes. Thank you.
By saying cinematic, that means you're pretty much saying it was fake.
Yeah.
So Shivani's an idiot, first of all.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna see this. That's a big problem. Also, like you said, he puts the Scorpion death drop, and yet the leg drop he tops out already.
Yeah, Scorpion death lock.
Well, the deadlock, and he's what, 62 years old, and yet you tap out like to a man like that when you're like 34, 35 at your prime.
Yeah, or I mean, he should have did it on Ethan Page. Ethan Page could have been screaming, and then you have Scorpio super kick Sting. Sting falls over. Oh, okay, legit. That we have some heat going into the pay-per-view.
Yes, but like I completely dropped out. So why do we need to see the match when I already see the baby faces going over?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't understand it. And again, why Sting is going over when he's like 61? Again, WCW want to be, all of that. They always go to those lies, and it's amazing how like they know they do that and they don't try to go against it. It's so easy to just do the other thing.
Yeah, because they know they have that number of 675 to like 900,000 fans that are just die-hard fans, and they go, "Hey, as long as we keep those numbers,
we're good.
We're good. We don't need to bring in new people."
Yeah. So to me that feud is absolutely dead. And again, Darby Allin and Sting should not be like teaming up for the long. Okay, one match I get it, but okay, what do we have in common? We wear face paint and that's it.
Mm-hmm. What happened when Sting debuted and him and Cody had that stare down? Is that ever going to be a feud? Is that ever going to be anything?
No.
Or is that just Cody inserting himself to be like, "Oh, it's me and Sting"?
Yeah, no. So they like you said, it's bad. It's bad. So now let's go to like the inner circle. Like Jericho is talking to Dean Malenko. This was okay. This was like at least acceptable. Alice Marvez is asking like, what are they going to say? Are you going to accept the Pinnacle's challenge? He's like, just got to wait like everybody else. It's all good. Be careful with the man of 1,000 holes and all of that. And they go WCW style. Oh yeah, like I have like 4 more. Like, well, I just forgot about those or something like that. Like you want to like get behind these guys, but sometimes even in these like small promos, it doesn't work. So it doesn't.
Yeah, you can't. Sorry, Tony Khan, you're not going to pop me anymore by showing me Dean Malenko or Jerry Lynn or somebody like that. It worked the first year. It's not going to work anymore.
Exactly. It is done. So let's go right away to like the inner circle. This was at least good. I'm pretty sure you liked it too because like everything that they said, it made a lot of sense. Ortiz, Sammy Guevara, Jay Hager, they're saying, hey, you know what? Like when we started as the inner circle, we said we're the baddest in AEW. We were going to be better than everybody, and the only way to settle this is by saying yes. Every single one of them. Yes from Ortiz, yes from Guevara, yes from Hager, and then Jericho said, hey, you almost took away my life. That was crap. I didn't like that. Oh, I've been thinking about that moment that you throw me off. My life was like stop or something like that. That was just crappy. But in the end, at least every single one of them said yes. And Santana is coming back next week. So that's going to make it even better. I mean, the match is going to be kind of like stupid because we know if the inner circle doesn't win, then they're going to split up. So what are they telling me? That like they're going to win, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, but I'm so sick of seeing just all the fans seeing Judas and see Jericho, who's just so full of himself. And like you said, the baby, when he cuts a babyface promo, it's like, dude, pretty much like the face where you stick that finger in your mouth and just gag. That's like how I feel when you didn't just hurt me physically, you hurt me emotionally. Really?
Yeah, that's trash.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And he's like, oh, my son and my wife and everybody, oh, my children, like, shut up. And also, they use their whole swear word quota here. Everyone was like, you're a bitch. You're a son of a bitch. You're a piece of shit. You're a bitch. It's like, we can only say bitch 10 times. Oh, okay, the inner circle said it all 10. Sorry, everybody else,
Yeah.
TNT will yell at us if you say it anymore. Not bad, yeah. But what were they? This was pointless because, yeah, they were maybe fired up and whatever, but what were they going to say? No. And then it goes, oh, sorry, no more, what do they call it? Football, what's it called?
The Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede, yeah. No Stadium Stampede match, everybody, sorry. No, of course you knew they were going to accept.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, like, they're going to have that. So, like, that's going to be a match. Even the Pinnacle had a promo right there. This was at least a little decent. MJF, Dax, all of them talking about how good they are and how are they going to beat them. How they're going to be the inner circle at the Stadium Stampede. I mean, this is a little better. It's more like elegant, rather than the other ones for me. But like, and again, the stipulation is meant for like the inner circle to win. Even MJF said it last week. Remember? Oh, it's a match that you guys lost last year. So that's already saying, oh, this week we're going to give the match to you. So, that is not interesting enough. Even a lot of people are saying that it was stupid back then. We're going to see how they try to make it better. But like you said, in the show, a lot of things, they're really out of control right there. Even like there's a lot of reports that they said there's, dissension in between Omega, the Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and it shows. It's starting to really show. To me, it's like, the show doesn't have like a structure. It doesn't flow well, at least for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it just, like I said, every segment is, sometimes they focus way too much on the segment. Then we'll see when the NWA Women's Championship and, even last week and stuff with SCU, you just, the match isn't even over. And, let's cut backstage to an interview with RHODES. And it's like, yeah, the pacing and everything, this show just is bad.
It is not good. It needs, sometimes it's decent. You think that it's going to get better, but it's just, it's just, like you just think.
Oh, yeah, Tony Khan can be like Vince McMahon in the sense where he's the promoter. Hey, I have the money. I make all the final decisions, so to speak. But he needs to get a booker. He needs to get somebody who really knows wrestling. Whether, you take JR off commentary. Hey, JR, you and, maybe pick one other guy, and you two, can you guys book the show?
Filter it. Filter. Yeah, it needs a lot of filter.
Yeah, because it's not good.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go to, like you said, Serena Deeb and Red Velvet. This was a pretty good match, why? Because Serena Deeb is really, really a great wrestler. Back then when you saw her with CM Punk, the Big Show and all of that, you will never thought that this girl could become such a great wrestler, but this match was actually pretty good. Red Velvet, it has a future in this business. I think that this match with Serena Deeb is gonna teach her even more things. It's helping her to develop her career, so that's good. And at least Serena Deeb got the win, so that was cool. She keeps the NWA Women's Championship. So you said maybe Thunder Rose at some point she'll get the NWA title back, and then she's gonna go after the AEW Championship also. But what do you think about this match?
Yeah, I thought it was good, and Serena Deeb is good to see her back. She started off really hot, went for her finisher right away. Of course, Red Velvet got out of it or kicked out at 2 or whatever it was, but she wanted to pretty much prove hey, yeah, I was hurt, but I'm back, I'm good, I'm not injured anymore, I'm not bullshit. And Red Velvet, I agree with you. I think she's pretty good. She's she's getting better every time we see her. She's definitely a lot better than some of the other women that we've seen on this show. She's definitely a lot better than her counterpart, Brandy Rhodes. So, it's good to see. But the one line that really pissed me off in this is Excalibur goes, this is probably the greatest threat that she's had to her NWA Women's Championship. What about when she went against Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, they got
but see, it's because Red Velvet is pretty much Brandy Rhodes. So that was, Brandy Rhodes is the biggest threat to Serena Deeb. Because it's all ever since Red Velvet came out and defended Cody, that to me was that was supposed to be Brandy. Tainted. Yeah, it's all yeah. So it was pretty tainted. Yeah,
or biased, we should say biased.
Yeah, she looked good. Of course, Serena Deeb, she got the win, the submission. I like it. It's a good win for her. But like I said, she holds up the title. Let's go backstage to Alex Marvez, and it's okay,
like that.
Yeah. Can she even? Yeah, can she even celebrate? I know it's not your title. But then don't have it on your show if you're not gonna,
Yeah, well, they're good at on other titles.
I was gonna say it's the same thing with Impact's titles.
They're good at shitting on other titles. So, like you said, at least let's talk about their women's championship. There you go, right? Let's talk about Hikaru Shida. She went against Rebel, not Reba. Now she's finally Rebel now because she's fine. She overcame the injury that she had. The match was okay. I like how also Hikaru Shida wore the gloves, so kind of poke fun at Britt Baker and all of that. So that was okay. But in the end, who got the win, John Paul? Because that for me, I blink of an eye and she was in a submission hold, right? And then who got the win?
Yeah, I assume that I don't even know who's won this thing because I don't know if it actually ended because I was watching.
It was a DQ, right? Because at the end, I was attacked by Britt Baker. Yeah,
I was watching this and I thought, okay, let me go get a drink. It should last longer than a minute, right? And when I came up, the picture I saw is what I saw on the screen. Britt Baker was standing there. Reba was getting checked on by the ref. Are you okay? Are you legit? And then Britt Baker was just beating her up, held up the title, and I'm like, okay, what was the point of this? I know it's to build heat and everything, but we already know what the match is at the pay-per-view. We already just have it be legit. Have Shida beat Rebel or Reba or whatever the hell her name is, and then just then they have a stare down. Her and Baker. Make it feel legit because everything is a beatdown. So no beatdowns ever feel special. You just feel like an idiot.
Yeah, it's not good. But like you said, they're going to have the match. So we're going to see a little more what's going to happen in next week.
Now, I am looking at, with all that being said, this is one of the 2 matches that I actually am looking forward to on this show.
especially because what they're gonna do next week for her. So that's gonna be good. Let's talk about this one because again, our AEW World Heavyweight Champion is still portrayed as not a really fighting champion, like a heel, but like not a believable heel to me, just because Don Callis is actually hurting Omega a little bit because of the overexposure. He comes to Orange Cassidy and he says, hey, like you got knocked out because it was legit that he was knocked out, in the match with Pac and all this, that we want to make sure that like your health is good. We want to make sure the well-being you're taken care of. So how about if you just like relinquish like the rights to have the match at Double or Nothing? So like they give him like the paper right there so he can relinquish, and he actually rips that paper in half, all of that, and then they give him another set of papers and they're like, hey, this is for you to keep, just like for like next week, you can leave us your answer if you like still want to have the match or not. So what do you think about this? I was like, more of the same.
Yeah. I mean, this would have been fine if it was just like maybe the mid-card title feud, but not your world champion who's supposed to be the best wrestler in the world. This makes it seem like they're scared of Orange Cassidy. You know what I mean? That's to be like, oh yeah, well, you'll get your match against, Kenny Omega later on down the line. Don't worry, we're not taking that opportunity away from you, but we're doing this for your well-being. I mean, it was stupid. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Orange Cassidy over, but to me, he looks like a middle school kid sitting there cooling down after gym class. Like, he's not ripped, he's not muscular. If that was like Miro sitting there or Lance Archer or somebody like that, oh, okay, then yeah, legit. But no, not Orange Cassidy.
And where the hell is Pac? I'm gonna be saying, like, isn't Pac part of the triple threat?
Well, yeah, I mean, he did cut a promo saying, oh, I'm disrespected, all the blah, 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 the same old stuff, but that's exactly what it is. It's the same old stuff.
And also, I said he feels like away from like the feud, so like I didn't like that at all. I said Kenny Omega, like it's cool that he's the champion, but like they're not like making him look like the guy from like New Japan. Like you said, maybe because we didn't see him all the time, it felt more refreshing for us. But now that we see him every single week, and now on Impact also, is like getting like not as good as we thought it was gonna be. To me, it's a wasted opportunity. More like a wasted opportunity is this, Jean Paul. Jade Cargill, like with the guy. What is the guy's name? The guy that is
Mark Sterling.
Yeah, he is actually saying, "Hey, you know what? I don't want you to work for me. Actually, I want to work for you." It's like you will be like the main girl. It's like you're not gonna be managed by me. It's like I want to work for you and all of that. So she's still like, "No, I'm just my own girl." All of that. Why is this a thing? I just don't understand. Why is this even the thing? What happened with Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero? Did they do anything? No,
probably because they don't. Yeah, they say not. Vicky's after her. Matt Hardy's after her. They don't know what to do with her. But either she's a friend of Brandy Rhodes, or because Shaq is secretly banging her, and Shaq's part of the TNT, and he's like, push her, and I'll give you free Papa John's pizzas for life. And they're like, oh, okay, yee. Make sure pepperoni and green pepper. Thank you. I don't really know. I think they're doing it just because they think she sells tickets and she's popular, and they want to have her on TV, but she. Kind of sucks as a wrestler, so they don't really know what to do. So
she has future. She's okay, but like this again, the story itself, you're not gonna.
But this also halts all her momentum.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't the worst thing we saw, but she definitely. I thought Red Velvet's a lot better.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather see Red Velvet wrestle than her, but this completely halts any bit of momentum that she has.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the way you presented her, the exposure to the world is like, like really, why does she need a manager when she doesn't only have one match? Why?
Yeah,
and
she had the match. Match with Shaq. I think 1 or 2 matches against Red Velvet. No, 1 match against Red Velvet. And then I think she had another match against like legit Layla Hirsch or somebody like that and beat him in like 2 seconds. So
yeah, so like it doesn't build any heat. So like I don't know, but that's what we have. And they're still insecure where she's going to be managed and all of that. Maybe they're trying to replicate Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth will come back. Thinking something like that. Doesn't make any sense. This was at least a good promo. For Kazarian. Like they're trying to get some words out of Christopher Daniels. He's like so. He just walks out, and now we see Kazarian going like really, really legit in shoot mode. He's like, hey, this guy and I went through like so many years together. We went all to every single part in the world, and now you guys, like you Young Bucks, the Good Brothers, all of you took away our careers like as a team. So everybody's just gonna be a target now, and I'm gonna be against every single one of you till I get rid of all of you. So good stuff. Kazarian, like you said, out of the two, it still has gas in the tank for me. And I'm, completely sold out in the idea that you got to push Kazarian. he deserves a great, babyface push for me. Maybe like a TNT championship will be okay. I don't want to say a world heavyweight championship. They'll never do that, but at least a TNT will be a great conclusion for this great push that they're about to give him, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see him take out all the members of the Elite. I'd love to see him beat up Nakazawa, Cutler, the Young Bucks, the Good Brothers, Omega. I'd love to see him single-handedly kick all their asses. Now, whether AEW is going to actually do anything with that, or if these were just empty words, we have to wait and see. But it was a good promo.
It was pretty good. Yeah, and so now let's talk about Miro. Miro starts thanking Jesus for everything. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my English. Thank you for my title. All of that. I know they're like, I don't know. If he came out as champion and that's really cool, I don't know, Jean-Paul. But, they have this feud with Lance Archer. I don't know why is this even a thing. Lance Archer came out with, the snake, and he was, saying, hey, remember what happened last year? Yeah, we all remember. Last year he was supposed to win, and then Cody won the championship, so he started out in the wrong foot for me. So now they're going to have the match at Double or Nothing. It's confirmed. So what did you think about this Miro thing? It was his first promo as a champion, and I'm already so I don't know if I want to see this.
Yeah, it was funny how he was thanking God, but for everything, and then he seems humble, and then he goes, oh, thank you for giving me my big muscles and my aggression, my strength, to kick everybody's ass and win the TNT championship. So he kind of flipped it then and everything, so that was good. But to do this match so soon, Miro is he's like Brody Lee. He's clearly a transitional champion.
Yeah,
so
because
so
he goes going to lose it again.
Yeah, the Lance Archer's not going to lose. He's going to win at the pay-per-view. So what was so Miro had it for what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's just stupid. You might as well I don't know why you had to turn Lance Archer. At what point did it benefit him and Jake turning babyface?
Yes, exactly.
You could have just kept them heel. You could have they could have just beat Darby Allin.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know, or even I would not mind it to see Lance Archer going against Kenny Omega. Heel versus heel, but at least a better heel in Lance Archer going against a pussy heel in Kenny Omega. That would have been much better for me because this guy, ever since he debuted, he has not had a meaningful win. Every single time that he gets momentum, nope, down. Every time, I'm becoming champion, nope, TNT champ, no, never. And the Snake to me seems like you're wasting another opportunity with Snake. The guy is great, but has he really helped you out to win gold? No. So it doesn't, it doesn't help out. So this show is just is becoming this 2 hours is becoming 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. So and this doesn't even help. Anthony Ogogo against Austin Gunn, that was 3 seconds. The guy gets busted open and all of that, and he does the punch. There's a disqualification and all of that. So we get to see this guy right there. Just he took care of Austin Gunn, Billy Gunn's kid and all that, and then Cody and him had a stare down. To me it seems odd, all of that. They're gonna have a weigh-in next week. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to this.
It's too much.
It's just hard to watch.
Yeah, it's too much bullshit, and it's so bad because we know that this pushing Anthony Ogogo, doing all this stuff, it's not going to mean anything because Cody's just going to beat him.
Yes.
So what's the point? Why even get excited? Why even care? No one would be legit if this match is maybe the first match of the show and it starts out ding, ding, ding. They wrestle for 30 seconds and Ogogo fucking clocks Cody, knocks him out, and wins the match. That would be oh my god, nobody would see that, but that's not the case.
That would
you're probably gonna see Brandy Rhodes out there crying, "Oh, the American dream," and Cody's like, "Yay, everybody, love me, whack to me, yay me," and he's gonna win, and he'll be like Rocky, he'll have the American flag, and nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not good. This is one of the parts that we gotta say is not good. We're not really looking forward for that. So let's go about next week. Next week we're gonna see Miro going against Dante Martin. 21-year-old, so this is going to be a squash match. It needs to be a squash match.
They're just doing this so Miro can at least say, "Oh, I at least successfully defended my TNT championship one time before I lost it to Lance Archer."
And Jean-Paul, how this guy became #1 contender? Is he #1 in the rankings?
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to go into the rankings because they don't matter. They don't make any sense, and it's just for Tony Khan's own amusement.
Exactly. So let's go. Joey Janela against Adam Hangman Page. Didn't we see this match before? You
Yeah,
know,
they said it was at like what, the first Double or Nothing or some bullshit. They're like, oh yeah, this will be a rematch 2 years in the making. Yeah, everybody was waiting 2 years to see these two wrestle again.
exactly. So this one is another one. I mean, Adam Heyman and Page had a really good stuff with like also Brian Cage. We're gonna see that at Double or Nothing. That's gonna be good. I love how he countered like the Buckshot Lariat, and then he was about to do like his finisher. But like Adam Heyman and Page also like countered that. So that was cool. That I gotta admit, like Adam Heyman and Page. He's one of like the hidden gems right there, because if he will be pushed like as the top baby face, everybody will be like even feeling a lot better about AEW. But we're gonna see that next week. Also, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson and Scorpio Sky against Ethan Page. They're gonna job these guys out. And 2 years ago they were actually one of the most important tag teams on AEW, right, Jean Paul?
Yeah, I mean, they were all right, and then when they formed the whole Dark Order and just everything, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, all them, and then they became overly goofy. I mean, they went downhill fast.
Oh yeah,
but right when it first started, they got the first round bye in that tag team tournament to crown the first champions. We thought, oh, okay, it should be them in the finals. They can be the big monster heel team, put over somebody like Jurassic Express or whoever. But no,
it didn't work out. So next another one. This one's also like, what? Really? Why do you have Cesar Bononi every single time they want a job to somebody? I don't know. Every single time. I see him with Moxley. I see him with CODY. Is he ever going to win? No, because every single time he goes against a top guy and he loses. And then Ryan Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler is like, brother, he loves to follow on his brother's footsteps. He's just going to be a loser, and always an afterthought. They're going to go against Darby Allin. Do we really care? No, we don't. We're going to hear from Omega and Orange Cassidy one more time because he's going to give his answer about the title shot. He doesn't even speak, so I don't know how he's going to, communicate. But that's what's going to happen next week. This one is going to be, at least to me, okay. The year, like, Hikaru Shida has been the champion for a whole year. He probably has the longest, reign in AEW history over any of their championships. So also, they're doing this because what, Jean Paul? Because she's going to lose on Sunday, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this will be cool, but see, what's going to happen. It'll be a celebration, and Britt Baker's just going to jump in and beat her up, and then, Shida might get the upper hand. And this isn't just going to be, congratulations, Shida, and then end the segment. There's going to be a run-in and a beat-up. So,
yes, exactly.
Again, my whole thing with almost every segment of AEW is who cares?
It's beat down, and like I said, this girl is gonna be in action, an open challenge. So it's gonna be, maybe it's gonna be Julia Hart. I'm in love with that girl. She's got a lot of. I don't know how future how promising their future is, but at least she's cute. So at least that was something for me to say from this show. But also, like we gotta mention, Paul. Next time we see Dynamite, it's not gonna be on Wednesday. We're gonna get a Wednesday night off, and it's gonna be actually live on Friday at 10 o'clock because they're going to have, I think, the NBA finals are going to happen. So that's why they had to move the show's time. And very quick, Jean-Paul, tell me a little bit about this breaking news that on 2022, and it's not going to be on TNA anymore. AEW is actually moving to TBS.
Oh, you mean TNT?
Yeah, no, TBS is going to actually air Dynamite.
Well, yeah, you said it's not going to be on. I thought you said it's not going to be on TNA, but yeah.
No, I'm sorry, TNT. Yeah, it's not going to be on TNA anymore. It's going to be on TBS. They're actually switch, channels. Is that going to hurt him? I think so, because a lot more people have TNT. So I don't know, but
I don't know either. And I saw something with that Rampage show. So who knows what they're going to do? I feel like they're a little too big for their britches. I think they're trying to do too much, and it's going to backfire. So we'll just have to wait. It seems to me
that it's starting to backfire, like you said. So we'll see what happens, but. I don't know. The fact that they're already going on TBS, I don't know if that's actually a good, say, oh yeah, we're actually doing better. It seems to me maybe I see a little bit of doubt on all of that. So let's talk about the main event, tag team championship match, the Young Bucks against the Varsity Blondes. They had a good promo from, the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman, and he had to say everything for the dark side of the ring. Like you said, Vince McMahon also cashes on that. Tony Khan has to do the same thing, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, the whole time, his dad, this documentary. I have newfound respect for Pillman Jr. Shouldn't you have already known his story and had respect for him, Shivani? But that just goes to what I said, where Shivani's an idiot. But, I mean, this match was pretty good, though. The Varsity Blondes look good. Of course, the Young Bucks look like losers. They look like clowns, dressing up in their moms, jewelry and, her headbands and stuff before they come out here. But the match was good. Of course, we couldn't see most of it because it was in picture-in-picture and all this stuff. And then when we come back, Cutler comes out. He has the little aerosol can. So he sprays that in Pillman's face. He sprays that in Alexa Bliss Jr.'s face. And,
yes.
And then it's just, you knew the match was going to end in a bullshit manner. And it's pretty much how it did. And Was it Griff? Old Brian Pillman, all this shit. Can he at least not be the one who always gets the pin? They had him in the sharpshooter. He got out of it, but then he didn't. And then they did the face buster when he was in the sharpshooter. Griff Garrison couldn't break the pin. And again, Griff Garrison to me is clearly the guy who always gets pinned, who should always get jobbed. Because who is he? Nobody cares. He even said earlier, "Oh, I was working the merch table for the Young Bucks." Oh, so you're a loser, Mark. Oh, okay. Why isn't he the one getting pinned? Yeah. Why is it always Brian Pillman Jr.? This is stupid. He taps out, and then what do we see? Then we see these two. So again, that was the whole main goal. Why even make Brian Pillman Jr. look like an idiot? Just book this match. And again, with the trend of the night, I don't care.
Well, yeah, exactly. There you go. Like you said, and this is another one, Paul, that within seconds, boop, within seconds, not even, like maybe wait a little bit, like the announcement. No, within seconds, boop, the match was already made.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see this, and you said it. The title is going to switch hands. They have to switch hands. They have to, because, like, these two guys are way better than the other ones. And they promote these other two guys, Kingston and Moxley, like, all of a sudden are, like, the greatest tag team in the world. With 3 weeks, of being a tag team. Like, the Young Bucks have been a tag team for decades, and no, these guys are going to get the titles. Is it the right move? I don't think so. Like you said, like, for me, Jon Moxley, after the dead match that he had, he should have been gone. Like you said, go spend time with Renee, have your son, be away from TV, and then come back so people actually miss you, rather than, oh, yeah, we got to see you every single week. You build that, like, that, like, desire to see Jon Moxley, but it didn't happen. So there you go, Paul. That's what we have for Dynamite. Yeah, you guys can see that we're pissed, but, tomorrow is the redemption, because at least it's NXT UK. NXT UK always is, like the redemption. Like, it's like that good taste in our mouths that comes back, because this one is actually becoming a lot more difficult to do every single week. Dynamite needs to get better. We're actually trying every time Paul says it. And even the time that he wasn't, like, I wasn't in the show, he will say they have the talent, but they don't know how to book it. He said it right now. You need to find a booker, a filter that can actually, all of those ideas. Like, maybe this is not too good. Let's go this way. Maybe this is too obvious. No, maybe they switch it out a little bit. Switch things around so that the show becomes more, watchable, because it's not right now.
Yeah, I agree. So let's get out of here.
Exactly. So family, thank you so very much for, like, everything that you do. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, give the video a like, and also where they can find us.
Follow us, Rope Break on Facebook, OG Rope Break on Twitter, Original Rope Break on Instagram, and of course here on YouTube, the home of the #1 podcast, the Original Rope Break.
So you may, Paul, one more thing that we have left to say. That is...